Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your general reading for September 2023. Keep in mind that the reading is general and I don't know why my camera has decided to act up. There we go. It is general, and so the messages will not resonate with everyone. Please check back to your sun, to your moon and rising sign. That story may resonate more. I have with me today the Radiant White deck, the Levita Sibila for clarification, and the first three videos I wrapped the reading up with the Golden Nostradamus. This time I'll be using the Angel Answer cards. That's what I was prompted to use for today. So let me turn the camera around and we will get started with the reading. I have done some meditation and pre-shuffling on your sign and glyph, but I'm going to try to shuffle a little more. Okay, here we go. Put a good shuffle on the cards. And to rifle them, I'm going to have to split them up a lot. My hand is getting weaker. My right arm is starting to give me problems. There, I didn't think I would be able to do it. Okay, so I have the deck ready and I'm going to cut the cards. And the first card down will be the Two of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, last row, the Four of Swords. That's a lot of swords energy. The Page of Cups, and the King of Coins. And now what is the overall energy of the reading at the moment? It is the Emperor. Okay, what do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 swords, 1, 2, 3 pentacles, a wand and a cup, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards. Past, present, future, past, present, future. Right in the center, I have the Four of Pentacles. It means that you're feeling safe and secure. It says that you can provide for your own needs at the moment. But the one thing about the Four of Pentacles in its negative is that it can be someone behaving selfishly, holding on to everything they have, not wanting to share. And the one thing I say about that is, if a person is not willing to share their money with you, they're not willing to share anything else. Their love, their time, their energy. So we will see how this plays out in the spread. The two, you have two fours and you have two pages. Now, two pages can mean a short-term illness, something like a cold, nothing serious. But you have two fours, and two fours means a safe and secure time period. Now, starting with the two of swords, it is a two, which stands for, all twos stand for choices, options, dualities, and oppositions. Whether you are opposed within yourself, like will I or won't I, should I or shouldn't I, or someone is actively opposing you. Over here, I have the Emperor. Then that's three fours. He is a four. So let me see, I can't remember what three fours stand for. If you will give me a minute. Three fours appearing in a reading implies that you are being overly cautious about everything, which may be why you're hanging on to your money. But this two of swords symbolizes to me that you don't have enough information to make a decision. And therefore, it tells you to trust what your intuition is telling you. As you can see, she has the two swords there. That way, if she doesn't like what she hears, she can chop your head off, or she's sitting in front of a body of water. See how the water is rippling behind her? That means your emotions are kind of upset. I don't know what is wrong with my camera. It's Mercury coming up on a Mercury retrograde. There we go. She is also seated on a bench, which implies resting. You're taking your time trying to determine if someone is being honest with you or not. One thing about this card, you know exactly what's going on. Your intuition is telling you. But here, you can see that she doesn't have her left eye covered all the way. So that means that you see what's going on, but you don't make a decision. And not making a decision or a choice is a choice. The Five of Pentacles, there was an argument. I'm sorry, the Five of Swords. There was an argument in the past. And when I say past, I can mean like yesterday or 3 months ago. So there has been some arguments where you feel you have to defend yourself. And the card says, if someone is attacking you, you have to defend yourself. But there's a warning with this five. And fives are a number of change, where The energy around them is tense and terse and discordant. But this 5 says, because you can clearly see the two people, they are walking away and they have given up. That means that you are the victor in the argument. But the card says, be careful of arguing with people, because whomever you are arguing with will stoop to any level to win. Both sides will stoop to any level to win. That includes you. And the figure has 2 swords over his shoulder. To me, it's these 2 of swords. But you have come out of the situation where you see what's going on and you take a stance. But you think to yourself, should I have said that or should I not have said that? I should have said this when I should have said that. And so again, there's a bit of hesitancy surrounding it. It's followed by the 4. This is what I called the ghost card. In the picture, this is an effigy. It's not even a real person. That's like why I call it the ghost card. You have removed yourself from the situation. Maybe somebody is calling you and you don't answer the phone. Maybe they're emailing you or texting you and you don't answer them back. Before it was a 4 of swords, it was a 3 of swords, which tells me the same 3 here. See, 1, 2, 3. He's holding one, but that could be the idea that there were some bad words said or something very upsetting to you. You can think of the 5 of swords like someone gossiping or saying bad things about you or trying to ruin your reputation. So that's why it tells you that you're being overly cautious, and maybe for a reason. Across the top, you feel that maybe things aren't the way they are supposed to be. And so you receive a message about something new. And the pentacle is about maybe a new financial opportunity, but also it is a new way of doing something. The page of wands is a message in which what you hear may make you excited or make you feel passionate. For me, the wands represent your focus, your passion, and your desire. The swords represent thoughts, perceptions, belief, ideas, and communications. This cup simply means it is another message, but it is a message that precedes an event. That's the way the knights always show up. It shows up to move a situation along. So you receive this message about either money or doing something new, and you run into an opposition. But you decide that I'm just going to stay where I am. And then you get another message, the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is a tricky character. He can easily be someone who tells you the truth of the situation, or he can be someone quite nasty. We will look and see what kind of energy he has. I feel kind of that is nasty. He provides you with information. So what it says is you can, he studies communications and the realm of messages. He is a student of it. So this is someone who's quite sharp, quite direct, and can be someone who hurts your feelings. And we have swords here again. But the night arrives, and the message that he brings makes you feel some kind of way. This is an emotional card. But thing is, he is stopped in mid-stride. So again, you might want to think about what is going on. You know what's going on, but you want to think about it. And you should take your time. And he is coming towards this King of Coins. Now, over here with the Emperor, he is the father figure of the tarot. So it might be your ex-husband, your baby daddy, or it could even be a boss. This card represents usually an older man, supposedly with more experience. He can be an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, your boss, even your own dad that you're arguing with. What it says is that you should have a good reason, a good balance between reason and logic. He didn't become the emperor because he was mean and stingy or cowardly, and he doesn't remain the emperor because he's a tyrant. So he has good reason and logic, balancing himself out. I don't know who this King of Swords is. Perhaps this is just that it's someone with money, or someone who he can be like your banker, your loan officer. He can be someone who owns a business, someone who is willing to share his knowledge of finance with you. But in his negative, he can be someone quite stingy and corrupt. This right here implies that this person has a message for you. But the thing is, we don't know if the message will be mean or ugly. So I'm going to turn these and look, there are no major arcana in the spread. So this tells me that it's a mundane thing. It's mostly in the realm of thoughts, the mental realm. And it has something to do with finances, or either the doing of something. This says to me, you are getting a little excited, but it's best to hold on to what you have in the moment. You receive another message, but this one you shouldn't trust all the way until you receive more information. So let me turn these cards over, because traditionally they represent people. What does it leave me? The Two of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. There is something going on here. I don't quite know what it is. From the 2 to the 5 gives me 3 swords. From the 5 to the 4 gives me the ace. And I have 3 swords here and 3 swords in his hand. So I think what I feel is that this has been a long, what's the word? Not argument, but a long ordeal. It's taking some time for it to resolve itself. We have the new, I haven't looked at my moon app, but I think that Mercury retrograde coming up in September sometime has something to do with it, because it's like you are going back and forth, but in the end it maybe clears up a little bit. Something is clearer to you, yet we don't know what this Page of Swords is going to say. The is it gonna be nice or is it gonna be nasty? Let me see if there is anything, particularly since this is the only major arcana. So we're going to take these cards and look and see if there is an influence. The Two of Swords, surrounded by other swords. And I'm not going to say this card is necessarily surrounded by them, but I think it has a meaning. It may indicate that victory will be achieved despite hardships and setbacks through hard work and cooperation of others. It is telling you to remain open and receptive to loved ones, as they have the best intentions at heart and their advice is feasible, viable, and comes from a place of love. It is also telling you not to cut yourself off or avoid loved ones. Do not reject their offer of help. Another meaning of the Two of Swords, it may be that a reunion or reconciliation will take place in your life. Unsettling communications. The message of the Two of Swords appearing is the key to achieving a satisfactory compromise by open and honest communication. Do not allow prior grievances and bitterness to influence the communication. Once a compromise has been reached, you should feel a sense of achievement at having been open-minded and considerate of others. It tells you to weigh up the pros and cons. That is a tough decision you have to make. The Five of Swords. It doesn't tell me anything with these cards. The Four of Swords. With 3 or more court cards. That's 2, there's 4. When it appears with 3 or more court cards, it indicates that there are some misunderstandings and difficulties within current relationships. It is a message not to proceed with any new ventures or relationships unless you feel absolutely secure. It is most important to check the fine details before proceeding as there is a possibility of difficulties arising. With an ace, the 4 of swords indicates that long-term plans or goals need to be reassessed and reevaluated before proceeding. Although you may not yet be involved with any long-term plans or considerations, when they do arise, make efforts to check and recheck all aspects before proceeding. Some amendments and reevaluations are needed. That's the thing about a Mercury retrograde. If this comes we're under a Venus retrograde too. So anytime any planet retrogrades, you want to stop, rethink, reevaluate, reassess, review the situation. We have a lot of breakups under Venus retrograde, which stars have broken up. They are now reevaluating what is most important to them. So that's the key to any planet that retrogrades. Let me see about the 4 of Pentacles. What it says. The 4 of Pentacles. Oh, that's a 5. With 3 or more court cards, it is asking you not to take on board other people's opinions and views. Listen to your own intuition and do not be influenced by others. That's why I say this card tells me you know exactly what's going on, and perhaps you should wait and think about it. And then the Ace of Pentacles. With 3 swords cards, and we have 4. It is a message that is implying you have taken on more than you can handle. You are asked to take one step at a time. It may be an indication that someone is biting off more than they can chew, and a decision must be made before becoming involved or taking even more on board. With 3, I read that. So that's why I'm telling you the cards are, it's all the mental energy. It doesn't mean that you don't listen and take the advice from people, but advice is like a butthole. Everybody has some. And so therefore, if their advice is not feasible, you don't have to follow it. It may be given in love, but it might not work for you. So let me see what this Page of Swords is talking about. I have a feeling that this is another person, but at the same time, this could be you. Even if you are female, we oftentimes embody different qualities regardless of our sex. And in that respect, I feel like once you make your decision, you will be back in control. That's why this card cancels. You need to have a good balance of reason and logic so that you don't make mistakes. Now, if you make a mistake and you choose wrongly, don't think of it as a mistake. Think of it as a learning curve. Now you know what not to do again. Okay. So we're going to look at the Page of Swords and see what he has to say. He's a very tricky character. Sometimes he can be a spy. He's spying on you. And he's taking back information and such. He can be spying on you for like trade secrets or something. He's a very tricky character. What do we have? The Friend, female, Lamika. This is usually someone who can introduce you to helpful people, but she's neither positive or negative. It can even be that you are at a friend's house and she introduces you to somebody. The Vedavo, the Three of Swords. This is the widower. I can't think of everything he means right now, so I will read it to you. And the Speranza. You see, that is a lion there on the thing. So this is really for Leo. And I'm going to read to you what that card means too, because I can't remember off the top of my head. The widower. The first meaning of the card is that of representing sadness, remorse, and regret. It represents loneliness and isolation and predicts a lack of support, of affection, or even the inability to open your heart again. It describes someone who has suffered intensely, someone who has been defeated by hardships of life and has lost all joy of living. It indicates difficulty in interacting with other people. It can warn of difficult times ahead. It can indicate dislike, hatred, and resentment between two people. You will feel left out in the cold and no one will be there to help you. You will feel as if someone pulled the rug out from under you. Someone that you used to rely on for support will not be there anymore. It indicates a void of some kind. It can also represent someone who is going through and undergoing an intense period of loneliness. In love, it heralds separations, arguments, incompatibility, rancor, and resentment towards another person. A relationship devoid of true love and growing apart. In financial matters, it indicates financial collapse or the unsuccessful ending of a project that meant a lot to you. It usually entails making life-changing decisions and breaking away from something or someone. It indicates estrangement, deprivation, absence, a lack of some kind, and moving away from a person or a situation. In other financial matters, it represents financial loss, dismissal, lack of money, and unwanted business trip or relocation. Now, Esperanza depicts a situation that is evolving in a positive way. A prayer will be answered and hopes will be fulfilled, notwithstanding the apparent chaos, desperation, and turmoil of the present situation. Spiritually, it is connected to trusting the universe and having faith. It invites meditation, introspection, and the expansion of one's spiritual life. It indicates excuse me, spiritual protection from the divine. In business, it represents an investment and the intention of buying either or having bought stocks, shares, or a business transaction that you are hoping will succeed. It does, however, represent a certain amount of emotional attachment to this investment or transaction. That's it. So I think because the Lamika can even be you, kind of just being a friend and or having been a friend. She is in the past position. So this says to me that right now, either you or someone involved in the situation is going through an intense period of loneliness. It might be you. You may be feeling as though no one cares or no one loves you. And it definitely has a financial aspect to it. So I would suggest to you that if this is occurring under the upcoming Mercury retrograde, that you just sit back and wait and watch and see. You don't always have to act when something occurs. Matter of fact, it would be better if you took time out and balanced your logic and emotions and your reason. You never want to make decisions when you're sad, angry, mad, depressed. You want to be emotionally balanced. That's what I have to say about the reading. Now let's pull a card with the angel answers and see if they have something to tell you. This could be literally a falling out between two people. This one, these two. Some emotional upset. It says improving health. Now, improving health is kind of a strange card to pull, but if you look at it like your feelings were hurt or you're mentally out of balance, then it can be improving emotional health, improving mental health, improving physical health. So that card says a lot. The angels want you to know that the health of the person you asked about is going to improve. You can request the assistance of Archangel Raphael and your guardian angels to speed along the recovery. This card may also be urging you to make more helpful choices in your life. If you're feeling called to detox from harmful foods or substances, follow the guidance. Removing unhealthy practices from your life will make you more vibrant and strong. So if this is a situation in which a person is toxic to you or toxic to your mental health, you have to decide what is more valuable and doing things a new way. So that's what I have for you. I hope that message made sense. Until next time, I'll speak to you later.